Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to World War Wednesdays, where we are starting a brand new Let's Play for Crusader Kings 3. We've been excited for this. It's been a while since we've streamed CK3. CK3 is always an excellent game to live stream. Now, don't get me wrong. Apparently with my new and otherwise improved green screen settings, this sweater is kind of ghostly, so maybe we'll just take that off then. All right. Now, I was going to say, I very much enjoyed the Extra Life Random Dynasty campaign. I was a little sad that it did come to an end because with Royal Court, it really wasn't going to change things a lot. But I think it was really fun, and honestly, I think we're going to do another Random Succession game at some point going forward. But that's not what we're here to do today. We don't actually... Well, no, that's not true. I do have a mod running. I do still have the Extended Outliner mod going on because I find it very, very useful to be able to see where our armies are and get a bit of an easier glance at our holdings and things like that, but it doesn't affect the gameplay. It's just a slightly tweaked outliner is all it is. So basically, yes, we're going to be playing vanilla with the Royal Court expansion that just came out. I guess it got released for everyone yesterday. I did dabble with it a little bit last week. I did get an early code, just a little bit to poke around, but I haven't played with it properly. I'm very excited for it. It is a very exciting DLC with a lot of really cool stuff in it. The pricing is bold. So it's a bold price for the expansion at $30, you know, plus or minus local currency stuff. But it does look like a really cool expansion, so, you know, anyway, we'll play it. Yeah. Culture stuff is pretty cool. Yeah, and I do like I'm excited for the Royal Court part of it. That was the one thing that I poked around the least at the actual court stuff, because I wanted the whole thing where you hold court and you get like people to come to you with various problems and issues. I really wanted them to be unspoiled going into that. So I have no idea what to expect there, but really very, very hyped. If you got the season pass, that's true. That's a good idea. There, that helped cover it for sure. You glad you got the Royal Edition for cheap on CK3 release, saving a lot of money right now. Oh, because that includes the DLC pass. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. All right, so one thing I wanted to do is we have very much neglected this area in the world. And I think, you know, fair enough. Like with Crusader Kings and the vibe that's going on in this, I mean, playing the classic sort of Christian feudal kingdoms, I mean, that's where a lot of the strong suit of the flavor of this game really is. But there has been a lot of other things. And one day I do have to come over here. We do have to do some air stuff. But I thought, you know what? Go over here for a couple of reasons. I've been interested in the idea of playing either a Buddhist or, in fact, a Jainist nation. Could be a lot of fun. There's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different types of events over here, and generally speaking, the vibe is going to be very different. So I think it's going to be really, really exciting to play over in this region. And there's two things I was particularly looking at over here. Listen, Brodar, you're going to have to settle down there. This is your first and only warning. Just chill. There's two things I was looking at. First of all, I was looking over here at the Rashtrakuta kingdom. Because here's the thing, normally I like to start small. In fact, I often like to start as a count or a duke, even within a kingdom. However, in this case, we're going to play as a proper independent kingdom from the start, because I want to see the royal court mechanics. I want to have my own royal court and I want to run that. So I want to start as an independent kingdom right away. I guess you don't necessarily have to be kingdom level. Actually, I'm not sure. If you're an independent duke, maybe you have it. Maybe you have it at that point. I'm not sure. Anyway, I wonder, what if you're an independent count? Maybe you only have to be a count to have your kingdom. I don't think so. I think I tested a couple of things, and I think you did have to be, I don't know, for sure you have to be independent. So you have to be a king. There you go. So there you go. So going to be a king of some kind so we can play with the royal court kind of idea. But we could look into more just governing the internal things rather than anything else. Although I got to say, if I was playing over here, I would be very tempted to unify all of India and see how that goes. The other thing, though, that might be really cool is actually to play over here in the so-called Lambakana kingdom, which is actually, at least according to Wikipedia, tends to be referred to over here as the Anuradhapura Pura Kingdom, which like started something like 500 BC and went until about 1080, about a 1500-year-old kingdom, but it did go through a few dynasties, including the Lambakana dynasty, twice, in fact. So this would be the second Lambakana dynasty that is in charge over here, and I think they might be the ones who ruled this area until it was ultimately conquered, at least in part. Like if you start this in the later, say, bookmark, the 1066 bookmark or something, I think it's Chola that's got like half of the island. And then I think historically, then everything was conquered overall, so we'll see. Okay, it doesn't have to be independent, just has to be kingdom level. So if there's an emperor above you, that's going to be okay. And what I like about the idea starting here is we really could just focus maybe a lot on what can we do just on internal affairs and not necessarily looking for external conquest. I mean, I'm sure wars will happen somewhere along the way, but those are really the two possibilities. So I don't know if chat has a preference one way or another. I think we'll play with the ruler as is. We could do a custom ruler because there is even the new ability to make your own coat of arms now. You can start from scratch. You can pile on like multiple emblems as well now if you wanted to. So you can like start stacking them up, and people have done all kinds of like weird and crazy art with these things as well, because you can offset things and do all kinds of different stuff over here to make your own custom emblems. People have done some really funky things with it. The Island Star is cool. Sri Lanka is cool. Some votes for mainland, but Sri Lanka, in Discord, some people were kind of into the idea of doing Sri Lanka over here, so I think we'll do that. And I think I'm kind of tempted to just to pick. This guy's 37. He's not super old or anything like that. So we're gonna have some time to gameplay. I'm not tempted to make a custom character this time around. We'll get the mainland in time. Island Kingdom is fun. This will be put on YouTube later on for sure. In fact, I'm going to try to see if I can turn it around really fast, because I know a lot of people are itching for this. So I think that's what we're going to go and do. We're not going to be playing Iron Man. We're playing with as far as I know, it's all the default rules, not Iron Man. Just because although for the live stream, maybe we could do it. Hey, Hunter Billico, thank you very much. Oh, also, hold on. There was also a whiskey and chocolate before the stream started. But Hunter Billico, thank you. Has been a long time since I've been able to watch a stream. Been enjoying World Court so far. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much, Hunter. And yeah, why me? I donated to the Whiskey and Chocolate Fund earlier, who said, did you know that Henry VIII claimed that he could get a divorce by saying it was incest by marrying Catherine of Aragon? This is because marrying your brother's wife was considered incest at the time. I did not know that. At the start of it, I thought this was going to be a joke, and then I realized I was just reading historical facts. I was like, that's really interesting. No, there's no random succession enabled. So effectively, we're playing vanilla. Again, the one thing is I do have the extended outliner mod, which gives you just a little bit more detail over here. In particular, when you've got the armies. I like it because it shows you if your army is just sitting around or if it's actively sieging. That's really important. I like it. You tricked us into learning. Damn you, exactly. Is there a way to mirror flip an image? Coat of arms has two bears facing each other. Can only find bears that face in one direction. If you can find a single bear, you could put it on twice with the custom designer. You can put two bears and face them either way, I'm pretty sure. So what's our religion? So that's the other interesting thing. So for the very first time, we're going to be playing as Buddhists over here. Now, one of the reasons I was kind of tempted to play this kingdom over here, this is something I should have mentioned, is because this kingdom over here is a Jainist kingdom, or at least ruled by a Jain. Specifically, and I think there are 3 variants of Jainism here in CK3. I think there's 5 different flavors, maybe 6 of Buddhism. Quite a few. But the Yapaniya Jains over here are neat because they do have gender equality as part of their doctrines, which means we can have like male-female succession, things like that, which opens up a lot more ability for us to do some cool things with our family. Now, our religion over here, we are Theravada Buddhist. Theravada Buddhists, as well as the Mahayana Buddhists. Oh yeah, it says right there on the screen. Both are male-dominated. But I think the other 3... Hang on. Yeah, the other 3 flavors of Buddhism, I think all have equality. So one of the things I'll be tempted in doing is maybe moving to one of the other flavors of Buddhism so that we can have gender equality, which I think will make for much stronger situation at court, because we'll have a much bigger pool of people to choose from for making some pretty strong setups. So we'll see. Missed the start because I was distracted by my own game. Damn, 60. That's rough. Yeah, it's going to be a great stream just because of watching Quill trying to pronounce things. The thing is, you know I have trouble pronouncing things when we're in freaking England, right? So it's only going to be that much worse over here. One of the reasons that I was excited with the idea of playing in the sort of India region over here is because of the prevalence of Buddhism, Jainism, all of which have dharmic pacifism as one of the religious tenets. We are literally pacifists. Now, being a pacifist doesn't mean we can't go to war. It does prevent holy wars or raids. Now, holy war is an extremely powerful... Yes, thank you very much, Jinxie. We'll double check that. Holy war is an extremely powerful tool for making wars, letting you grab massive swaths of land in each war. It's very good. So unfortunately, we don't get to do that because obviously we are pacifists, right? Super, super on brand. Specifically here for the Theravada, we're also got literalism. If I can't pronounce basic English words. Anyway. It's quite cool. You can debate other lords of the realm at a cost and opinion to gain or lose piety. And it adds some extra virtues. And then we have monasticism over here. Courtiers can take the vow, become a monk. Temperance a virtue, gluttony is a sin. I believe our leader is gluttonous, so that's going to be a bit of a thing. We are theocratic pluralists, so we don't mind other faiths the same way. We culture convert slower. We do have polygamous marriage. There's no such thing as bastards, so any child is just a fully legitimate child all the time. Cousin marriage is okay. There was something else I did want to point out. Okay, I don't think our religion has the nudity thing. I think Jainism does. I think with the Jainists, I think all the religious types are nude, and with some flavors of Jainism, like everyone who's like devout to the faith are nudists. So I think it was Jinxie who was pointing out that I should probably make sure, just for the Twitch and the YubTubs, that we don't have nudity. But I think I have that turned off. There you go. Show nudity is disabled, which is great, which is much better than the original way. Remember at release, it kind of sucked. You could when you set up your game, you could disable adamantism and things like that would cause people to become nudists. But you can only set that up at the start of the game. And if you set it up, they literally didn't exist. This is much better because A, those religions will exist, but B, you can decide on the fly whether or not to show the naked boobies and whatnot. So yeah. Just for the sake of Twitch and YouTube, nudity disabled. I think people will be in like burlap sacks or something like that. Just some coverings. Okay, let's take a look at our realm here, and here's something that's very interesting. We control 8 holdings at the start of the game over here, which is crazy sauce. If you take a look at our vassals over here, I think our vassals are pretty tiny. The Dhammapati here. I was gonna say, these are barony level titles. I don't think... Yeah, we directly control every single county in the starting area over here. We do actually have a whopping holding limit of 6, which is pretty impressive. Now, we are currently over that at 8, so we could give away some of the holdings, but we might be able to get our limit increased a little bit, especially if we tweak what our spouse is doing to help us out with things. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Hey, cool man, thank you very much. Will you read subs? And we'll try. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. Ah, that's gross. Used to be addicted to soap, but now I'm clean. Shout out to my fingers. I can count on all of them. Thank you very much, cool man. Much appreciated. Which is okay with nudity in games. YouTube is stricter, right? Yeah, that's kind of the situation. And I mean, with YouTube, it's fine, but you gotta tweak a bunch of settings and things like that on the video, and then it can impact the rest of your channel as well, even further, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So, better to just sidestep it completely. So yeah, one of the things I was wondering is, I don't have a spouse at all. So if I got a spouse with really high stewardship, and I got her to specifically focus on stewardship, I wonder if I could get our domain limit all the way up to 8. That's a pretty big ask. But yeah, I don't know. So we're not currently married. Let's go looking around for a spouse. Now, if we were to just sort by highest stewardship, so we could get a possessed wife. Might be a little bit much. And yeah, we can have secondary spouses. Polygamy is all right over here. I don't know if I want a possessed wife. Now, what I was hoping is that we'd sort by stewardship, and then find someone that the reason they have high stewardship is because they're a genius or something. Unfortunately, that does not appear to be the case. In fact, we have very few genetically strong picks at the top of the list over here, which is a bit disappointing. If we were to go to filter, what am I looking for? Traits, there it is. That is unfortunate. Wow, only one person I think with an intelligence trait, and it's just the level 1 version. That is highly disappointing. So I don't know who we're gonna marry and for what. Possessed wife is just a 2-for-1 deal. Oh. Is the int trait always the best one to start? Yes, I know, and that's the other thing I forgot to address. There is a Canada culture, which actually this character isn't, I just realized, but a bunch of people around here are. Or is it? Yeah, right over here. Canada. Like, I mean, there's so many jokes that we could have made there. So with our religion, are we forced to go for a pacifistic run, right? Right, yes, we're totally forced to be pacifistic. Now, if we toggle off the traits, we could be looking for marriages based on alliance, although none of these... Well, Raj is not bad. This might be more worthwhile, but yeah, so I don't know what to focus on. Yeah, education-wise, we might go for stewardship. So what do we... We are a level 4 brilliant strategist. We would really like to go martial for our education here, because we do get the 40% boost. In fact, we're a big part of the way through strategist. We could finish strategist, for all the warfare we're planning on doing, which might happen. It might be worth doing that. On the other hand, while we don't get the experience boost for stewardship, we can get ourselves, the boost to stewardship over here. And is there a domain limit boost under administrator, I would think, if anything? Someone might know in chat. Because just boosting our stewardship will give it to us. But I don't know if... the pacifist warlord. Well, I can't remember, but we also have our culture here. Okay, no, this culture is fine, the Sinhala. But I think that's one of the things with the... There was someone else I was looking at, and I don't remember where. But their culture was like a warrior culture, but they have a pacifist religion. I'm like, I don't know how that works out together. Yes, cool, man. I read it as soon as it came in. Divided attention. Yeah, what category is that under? Oh, it's down here under architect. Why under architect? You would have thought administrator would get the domain limit boost. You know what I mean? Problem is, I don't really want architect. I mean, domain limit's good. Construction discount might actually be useful. Collect tax effectiveness. I mean, I guess you make better money. Reset perks. All your perks are refunded. I don't think that would work because... I think if we reset perks, we get our points back, but the martial points would still be... It would still just be martial points, right? Like, I could reset and put points into Gallant or something, but I don't think I could reset to put points in Architect. Right? Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, good. I was like, I don't think I'm crazy. It might be a good idea. The thing is, it's going to take us a long time to get the divided attention, and I don't know if we want to sit above our domain limit that long. Because it really is reducing the amount of taxes and stuff we're getting. By giving up 2 pieces of land here, we should, in fact, go up in income and levies pretty dramatically. So I think we're going to do that. All right, in terms of a spouse, I don't think there's anything that's, like, screaming out to me. Maybe I will grab, let's go down to here, to Jita, although we won't get any relationship out of it. What are you? Tikana, which doesn't matter. I mean, you even have claims on stuff. This possessed wife, I don't like that it's congenital. If it wasn't congenital, I think we'd go for it. If we get a crap-ass alliance, or here we'd at least get Hail. Although you're 33. That's why I'm wondering about Jita. Because 24, good health. In fact, our rollover here is only feeling fine. Oh, it's because Temperate is a boost to the health. Go for the Lunatic, what could go wrong? Yeah, well, the possession in this case is actually, it was misunderstood mental illness, right? And there are some types of mental illnesses that are familial. +1 for Possessed. Possessed Wife will definitely be screaming at you. Can you take Possessed Wife as a secondary spouse? I know I already have a son, which is good. So, I mean, inheritance and stuff is there, although we only have the one, which is not great. We want Possessed Wife. All right! Possessed Wife it is. Done. What else we get? Above domain limit, no lifestyle chosen. I am thinking about finishing Strategist here. Just because it's going to be so fast. Although, hopefully we just don't get any more. I don't know. Do we just go down Stewardship and go down Architect right away? I think I'm going to go down Stewardship just because I want the +3. Check your domain limit with the wife first. Okay, let's go ahead and pause for a second. Until we get the wife to come in. There we go. Alright, she's in here now. Domain limit's an 8. And if we get her to assist... Oh my god! We actually can get all the way to 8 if she's specifically helping us manage the domain. That's very good. Okay. So I think with our secondary wives over here, we're probably mostly going to look for genetic partners. But first, it looks like our heir is not married. So we should probably get him something. Oh, keep hitting the wrong button. Hail Fecund. Oh! I don't know why that wasn't an option for me. There we go. We got an intelligent character over here for my son. Oh, Amazonian! Possession is 9/10 of the law. Damn. You know what? Here's the thing. Like, intelligence is better than Herculean, right? But this is the max level version of the trait, and so that's kind of too tempting. I love it. Alright, you go ahead and get married over there. So I will go and I will finish Strategist. And thus, over here, I don't think I care too many of these things. I suspect our control is locked in. Yeah, increased control in country is still there and locked in, that's fine. We should talk about these buttons. So these have been rearranged a bit, which is a bit disorienting, but I think the idea is that the ones that should always be available are going to be nearer to the bottom, and the things at the top here unlock as a result of various things, like Grandeur locked. So I think things that get unlocked by Grandeur are at the top, although there's a blank here with the Convert Faith, but I don't know, I guess that's fine. Intelligence great, but I almost kind of prefer the health boost for longer range. That is true. For optimal stuff, intelligence probably better. Everything else, Amazonian is probably good. If there was a genius, we'd obviously go for that. But we'll go ahead and pick the Amazonian. If nothing else, it'll just shake things up for us. We do have some more ability to marry for like our secondary spouses on our primary character over here. Start the line of albinos. Yeah, we don't have the same options that our son had. Interesting. All right, we'll get a robust. We'll get this one here with at least quick. And I mean, Fecund's never bad either. All right, let's do that just to fill out the household. And yeah, I'm gonna go over here. And yeah, I didn't care about the control growth. I think I'm just gonna go strategy focus just for the raw martial points. I like that. Then yeah, we'll finish Strategist, and honestly, like, there's some other really good options over here for various things. depending on how quickly we get these. But once we finish strategist, we might pop out of this. We'll see. So someone asked about succession laws. That's a great question. So our succession is basically the default right now. Confederate partition, very common early on. We have male preference. It's nice that it's not male exclusive right now. We can't switch to equal. However, if we change our religion at some point, we could go to an equal succession rule, which I think I would like very much. It doesn't necessarily matter which one of these authorities we're on. We don't really have much in the way of vassals, and so it's not like we need to keep them happier. We may as well go up in crown authority, because that's generally what we're going to want to do, and who knows, maybe we're going to want to yoink some titles away from some of the barons. I'm not sure. And I didn't check, but I think we, like, doubled our income over here. I think a lot of these were doing, like, 0.25 income while we were above our domain limit, and now I think we're making a lot more money all of a sudden. Too few spouses. Well, that's going to fix itself very soon. Okay, we're going to take a look at the courtroom in just a second here. Let's take a look at our council. So, we do not have the ability to change who our religious advisor is, unfortunately. Yeah, plus 400 levies too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because a lot of these were under 100. I think they were all under 100, in fact. So, yeah, that did increase a lot. This guy doesn't like us right now. It's probably a good idea to think about starting a sway on this guy. Let's see what we can do. Because if he likes us, then that'll be quite advantageous. Otherwise, let's see what kind of numbers we can get in these rolls. Okay, this guy here's got an 18 stewardship? No. What is this showing here? Oh, no, okay, I am right. Is it highlighting his highest number? It is highlighting his highest number. I was confused because when I clicked on here, it expected to see an 18 over here. I forgot that it was showing the powerful vassal first. There's our 18. Yeah, okay. So let's move Boovy into the stewardship position as a swap first. Now, if we're looking at our diplomacy skill, literally the best in our entire kingdom is actually the 14, who's a powerful vassal. So we'll do this. And this guy here with the 12 intrigue, well, we could consider moving him into the intrigue position. But this guy with a 17 is even better. Alright. I'll do that. Fire the other guy. And then our best marshal. Ooh, not really a lot of good options. We could go to a 10. I think I'll leave this guy here who's a 7 because he is a powerful vassal. And this powerful vassal sucks. Okay. Now that that's sorted, let's talk about one of the things you may have noticed over here is we did have the option to gift an artifact. We should talk about artifact and inventory. I don't think we have anything on our personal inventory, and that is the true. That is true. That is the true. We don't have anything in our personal inventory over here for us to equip. However, we do have some artifacts for our court. So welcome to our royal court over here. Isn't it lovely? We've got 3 tabs over here for various actions. One of the things we can do right away is flip to court artifacts, because we do have a ton of starting court artifacts over here. So there's a variety of different places where you can install artifacts. This one here, so you can see, is a gray square because we have nothing that we have nothing that counts for a small wall ornament. We do have some large wall ornaments though. We have our house banner and our dynasty banner over here that we can put up. And this will increase our prestige, our renown, lower our men-at-arms maintenance, and increase our court grandeur by having that. And the other one that we have here, the house banner, is, I guess it's masterwork. I was going to say, house doesn't seem as nice as dynasty, but it's a masterwork ornament. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. So it's giving us more. Now we'll put that up over here right behind our throne, but we also are going to put up the other banner over there because we can. Excellent. Down over here, the pedestals, we have robes of the Buddha. Purple quality. Said that Crusader Kings like The Sims, but you get to murder people. It's just figures that you would eventually add home decorating mechanics. Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't it totally remind you of the throne room of the old Civ games? That's what I thought right away too. So yeah, we have the robes of the Buddha over here. Very amazing. Now, you do have requirements. Like if we switch religions, as long as we're Buddhist, we're okay. But if we were to flip to Jainism, we wouldn't get the benefits of this the same way. But yeah, this is going to give us a tremendous amount of piety. And we get bonus piety for powerful vassals in the council, clergy opinion, court grandeur bonus goes up dramatically. Oh, I don't know why the robes of the Buddha looks like an urn over here. Maybe the robes are inside the urn. It's an elegant reliquary containing a holy relic, the robes of the Buddha. Okay, so that's exactly what it is.